The title of this podcast is Holds Water. It is easy to be trapped in default settings. It's very easy. And what I mean by default settings are what Dr. Sood talked about in his book, The Mayo Clinic Guide to Stress-Free Living, is where we are responding to fear or pleasure or some kind of novelty that kind of takes us off the path of leading with an open heart and being compassionate and kind. Instead, we are easily stressed out. We are identified with some narrative that is disempowering, that causes suffering. So to ourselves or to others. So that's being trapped in your default settings. And if you're in that space, it's really hard to see like the goodness in life, good people, or experience a lot of joy. Instead, you become trapped in this kind of negative pattern. And one way out that I've described before is through gratitude. And when I am being grateful, it creates space for me to notice all the wonders that are all around me. And one of those wonders are the deeds of people. I can easily focus on what's missing, what needs to be improved, or what somebody is doing wrong, called judging others. And when I do that, again, I miss out on all the good that's out there. And there's so much good. Most recently, I listened to a report on an individual that the old me would have never come across because I'd be too busy spending all of my time caught up in the news and all of the negativity that's going on in the world. And I still stay informed. I know what's going on in the world, but I'm not allowing myself to be so absorbed with it that I miss all of the right that is going on in the world. And so most recently, I came across a story on Jeff Ament, and he is a co-founder as well as the bassist or bass player for the rock group Pearl Jam, guys, world famous. And he was given this name called Holds Water. And what does that mean? Well, before I tell you what it means, let me tell you his story. And the story is that he grew up in Big Sky, Montana, a lot of open spaces, as he describes it, a lot of open spaces, but where he grew up, not a lot of hope, especially for young people. So what he did is he went back to the Montana community and he starts building these skate parks for youth or anybody to go and skate. And we're talking about expensive, high quality skate parks. They cost $500,000 each. And he's put in 20 of them so far, and most of it his own money, to really give the community something to break away from their circumstances or the narratives about their circumstances and the history, because there's an incredibly high suicide rate in Montana. And he wanted to do something different that would give people hope, that would help them dream bigger, to transcend that history. And so one of his passions is contributing to the Native American community. And after he put in the first skate park, the Blackfeet tribe named him Holds Water. And here's what it means. Holds Water, a name inspired by the behavior of beavers, which build dams to hold water for the benefit of others in the ecosystem. So beavers build dams so others can thrive. And that's what they gave, that's the name that they gave Jeff. Wow, what an incredible honor. Not one that you bestow on yourself, but that others give to you because of your contribution to them and to the community. And I was just so inspired by that he went back to a community that has been ravaged by suicide as well as drug abuse. And he did something that is really affecting that community in a very positive way. To hear the young people in the story talk about it was inspiring, about how much hope he's given them. And they have no idea that he's some rock star. When the reporter asked, "Do you know who he is?" "Oh yeah, he's the guy who comes around here and sweeps up, debris from the skate park so we can skate." And they were like, "No, he's bigger than that." But to Jeff, no, he's not. He's just a servant. And that just really resonated with me. So while we can be caught up in all these stories about what's going wrong in the world and all these news headlines about some of the poor behavior of human beings, there are many more inspiring stories out there that are worth reading and following, that will inspire and activate, my giving, my sense of service and compassion for others. And so I love this. When I think about Keith 1.0, if I was to be given a name, his name would be complains a lot. That would be one of them. Judges everyone, another one. Troublemaker. I mean, those are names that I would be given as Keith 1.0. So rooted in my practice, hopefully, if someone was to give me a name, hopefully it's something that is as inspiring as Jeff Ament's name, Holds Water. If you're interested in checking out the story, it's on HBO. It's Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. And if I can just kind of tell you really quickly, the actual episode of it is, let's see here, the episode of this particular story of Jeff is in season 27, episode 11 of Real Sports with Brian Gumbel on HBO. And it's the second story. And it is incredibly, incredibly inspiring. Holds water. So if someone was to give you a name that was an illustration or paid homage to the way that you show up for others, what would your name be? Again, Keith 1.0 complains a lot. Keith 2.0, I don't know. Hopefully it's inspiring. Thank you.